like if you look at the menu options at the top, there will be something that says mute microphone.
Oh, it just popped up. Okay.
You can even turn your camera off. There's the button next to it.
Okay.
And I can see we have 0 viewers so far, so it'll still just be me.
Okay, I'm gonna close my bedroom door.
What do you think of our new Scentsy Buddy? Isn't he adorable?
Oh yeah, so cute.
I think it's
I'm not advertising anything for February yet.
I think it's gonna sell so quickly.
Oh yeah. I love Lovey though too.
Did you get one?
Yep.
You know what? We're gonna have to get headphones, girl. We're echoing.
Okay, how do I do that?
Do you have headphones?
Yeah, somewhere.
Okay, so hey everybody, I see we've got 9 viewers. We're climbing up, so excited to see you joining us. I'm gonna run and get some headphones so Shelby and I don't echo. Shelby, if you have a pair of headphones that you can plug into your laptop, grab those too, and then we won't have an issue with this echo.
Okay.
I hope everybody is having a great Thursday. I see we've got 20 viewers. That's awesome. So glad to see so many of you are investing time in your business tonight. All right, Shelby, are you good? Can you hear me? Shelby.
I can hear you, but could you hear me?
Okay, great. I can hear you now. Perfect.
Hold on, I don't have mine plugged in, so hold on. Go ahead. I gotta find a different pair.
No problem. So as you can see, one of our group directors, Shelby, is joining us tonight. I'm so excited that she is joining and going to share her amazing expertise in some of the fields that we're going to be talking about tonight. We've prepared a couple of things to share with you. We've got 25 tips to help you kick your business off in this new year. And we're also going to share with you some I can't and I can exercises to help you get in the right mindset for your new year. So welcome to those of you just joining. We've got 30 viewers and climbing. So excited to see such a great turnout for the first Power Hour of 2016. Yay. And we're going to get started in just a couple minutes. I usually wait till like 4 or 5 after to make sure that we have mostly everybody on before I get going into the training. I apologize for the sniffling. It's been a really rainy, cold day here, so I don't really sound so great. You find some, Shelby? If you don't have any, Shelby, it's not that big of a deal. As long as one of us has the headphones, it'll be fine.
I can't find my pair with the mic. I think that, so I had put in my regular ones, but I need the mic on them.
Yeah, it'll be fine. As long as one of us, I don't hear the echo anymore. So as long as one of us has them, we'll be good. I don't hear the echo at all anymore. Just like another minute or so and we'll get started. Okay, so it is 9:05, so we're going to go ahead and get started. As you can see on camera, you see me, your Superstar Director, Katie Farner, and you see one of our amazing directors, Shelby Cumby.
Hi, thanks for having me tonight.
Yes, I'm so glad to kick off this first training of the new year, tag team in this with Shelby. Shelby and I are going to share with you in a little while, we're going to share with you 25 tips that we have prepared to help you launch your business in 2016. But I always like to talk about our mindset before we talk about any meat of any training, because we can have all the best tools, we can have all the best training that's available to us, but if we don't have the correct outlook or mindset, then truly we don't have as good of a chance to be successful as we would without tackling our mindset first. So often we want to gain all this training and all this, but really the first thing we've got to train is our brain. So before we do that, though, I want to talk about World Tour. World Tour is coming really quickly. It's going to be starting here in just less than a week. Our first World Tour location is going to be happening. So I really hope that many of you have invested in going to World Tour. Many locations are not sold out, so if you have not registered for World Tour, check to see if your location is sold out. If not, you can walk in, register to go. And we really would encourage you to do that. I know myself and your director would definitely encourage you to do that. And so World Tour, you can expect to receive a huge kit valued at more than it even costs to go. You can also expect to receive great training and get the time with your peers and other consultants to learn and grow together. It's a great connection opportunity. And I think when we connect with other consultants, that's when we really tend to grow most. It's just connecting and talking with other people, learning what they're doing, and talking to people who relate to you and know what you're going through. So I definitely really want to encourage you to get to World Tour. Let's dive into the first thing I want to share with you now, which is talking about our mindset and dealing with our I can'ts at the beginning of this year. So Tuesday night, I had a local gathering here at my house, and what we did was really empowering, it was just a really powerful experience to share together. So what happened is everybody came, we sat here at my dining room table, and we took slips of paper. And on these slips of scratch paper, we all wrote down every single I can't that came to mind. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing. So jot this down in your notes and prepare to do this sometime this weekend. Think of all the I can'ts that you replay in your mind over and over. The I can'ts for your business, the I can'ts for your personal life. Maybe it's something having to do with weight loss or getting into shape, or going back to school, or quitting your job that you can't stand and finding something else. Any type of personal or professional I can'ts, those things that you know you always tell yourself. I can't recruit. I can't book parties. I can't be a good leader. You know, whatever your I can'ts are, write them all down. Then what we did is we went outside and we had a little bonfire. And one by one, we each read our I can'ts aloud, lit them on fire, and threw them into the fire pit. And it was a truly freeing experience. And I think something like that is very important for us to do at the beginning of the new year, to take that weight off of our shoulders of those I can'ts and truly commit to letting them go. And it's not just a one-time thing of lighting it on fire or putting it in the bonfire or burying it in the ground or whatever you choose to do with your I can'ts. It's a continual process of telling yourself that I can't is gone and that you truly can. So we came back inside after we burned our I can'ts, and then we filled little buckets with I can statements. So whatever we know that we can do, I can commit to being a more positive person in 2016. I can recruit. I can promote to star consultant, or whatever it is that you know you can do. I can lose 10 pounds in 2016. Whatever your I cans are, put them on a piece of paper individually and put them in your bucket. And then throughout the year, as you need maybe a little kick in the pants, or you need some positivity or some motivation, pull your bucket out and look at your I can'ts and remember what it is that you're working towards in this new year. So get yourself in the right mindset with your I can'ts and your I cans. And I want to read to you something that I posted on our team page the other day regarding this very same subject. And hopefully it'll affect you the same way it affects me when I hear it. Sacrifice. Sacrifice is a verb. It means to give up something important or valued for the sake of other considerations. Instead of using the appropriate word, sacrifice, to describe someone's success, we often use the term lucky. I can't stand that. Or worse, we give excuses as to why other people can have success and we can't. The truth 100% of the time is that the person who found success sacrificed. No success comes without sacrifice. Shelby, I'm sure you would agree with me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We make jobs, kids, spouses, friends, lack of education, or fear, to name a few things, reasons why we can't. They truly should be reasons why we can. They should inspire us to be more, to do more, to create more, to leave more, leave a legacy, right? Don't like your job? You can leave it. Others have. They were not lucky. They sacrificed. They knew in the short term they would sacrifice time to gain much more time freedom in the long term. Want to spend more time with your kids? You can. Others have. They were not lucky. They sacrificed. They knew in the short term they would sacrifice time to gain much more time freedom in the long term. Afraid to step out and be uncomfortable? I was. You can. I have. Others have. They sacrificed and got uncomfortable. They knew in the short term they would sacrifice their comfort to gain confidence and success. Today, I hope you hear my heart. My heart wants each of you to find your success. For each one of you, that is different. To some, it's simply being bold enough to get out and meet new people and make new friends. I want to see you do this and shine to your fullest. To some, it's building a high-income producing career. I want to see you do this and shine. I see some unwilling to do the hard stuff, unwilling to accept sacrifice. They are unwilling to do what it takes to make their why happen. I don't want that for you. I want you to shine. Sacrifice is always required. It's not always pretty, and it's not always easy. However, it is so worth it. My name is Katie. I am your Superstar Director, and I am not lucky. I have sacrificed to get here. I can have success despite my lack of education. I just went to high school. That was it. Oh, and hair school. And my fear of being a disappointing leader, letting my team down. But I will not let these things be my can't. So I wanted to share that with you. I hope that that inspired you to write those can'ts down, burn them, bury them, whatever you choose to do, and write a new list of I cans and focus on your I cans in 2016. So now that we have an I can attitude, now we've adjusted our attitudes, our mindsets, now it's time to go over some tips. These are some ways that you can start fresh with a new clean slate in 2016 and start pursuing those I cans that you have now written down. So Shelby is going to cover several of these. And so I'm going to pass things over to Shelby to go ahead and start with her tips that she wants to share with you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. It was really awesome. I didn't get to read it on the page, so I'm glad that you read it. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about possibility packets. For those that don't know about possibility packets, I have an example of one. So this is just a folder you can get in the Scentsy Family store. It says the possibilities are endless. You can use these for possibility packets or for hostess packets. They're very similar anyway. So in here I've got just why should you join my team, become a Scentsy consultant flyer, a brochure, and a scent circle. And lately I've been doing a sample of our skin line and in number 9 because everyone loves number 9. And then of course a business card with a wax sample. So you don't.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you can't do you know, all of this stuff, just do the basics. Just get a folder and throw in a catalog. Write your story down. Let people know what you love about your business. And these are really easy to mail as well. So I like to send out or give out 10 possibility packets a month. I usually mail them, but if I do hand them out, like if I run into somebody that's interested in the opportunity, a way to get their information is to use a drawing slip. So these are in the Scentsy Family store. You can do a drawing once a month as you hand out samples and possibility packets. So you have something to offer them, like a free Scentsy bar of like scent of the month or something. That way you have their information so you can follow up with them. So this is something that keep handy with your possibility packets. So generally, like I said, I do 10 of those a month, and I'd like to do follow the 50-10 rule. I've been doing the 50-10 rule for probably 6 months now. I try and hand out 50 samples with my business card and 10 possibility packets. So when you're coming up with ideas of who to give possibility packets to, you can really give them to any of your really good customers, someone who randomly orders online. If you're having a hard time finding people, I would just look at my contacts and think about, okay, who may want this, who loves Scentsy. Sorry, my kids are yelling. If you can hear that. So that's kind of what I do with possibility packets. If you're not sending out possibility packets or handing out possibility packets, it's a good thing to start this year, because when you can talk all you want about the business opportunity, but if you hand someone this information, let them look at it in their time, give them your website, they can take a look at it, give them some product to try, then they're going to be more likely to really sit back and think about it if they have like something physical in their hands to look at.
Something too that, Shelby, I'm sure you've done this before too, but something that I'll often do is if it was like my waiter or my waitress and I noticed something like specifically great or exceptional about what they did, I'll grab one of those drawing slips and I'll hand write that on the back side of that drawing slip and stick that in there too. Or I'll just tell them, you know, to their face, like, oh, I think it was so great how you did X, you know, Y or Z or whatever. And giving them that compliment, I think really helps too. Definitely.
Compliments can really go far, and you're not lying to someone, but just pointing out something that you notice about them, it really starts the conversation off in a positive light. They're more likely to like you. And I think we've kind of talked previously about, in order for someone to join your team, they have to know, like, and trust you. So if you're starting off with a compliment or asking questions and you want to get to know them, then that's a really good way to really get them thinking, you know, and starting to trust you and starting to trust, you know, you to be their sponsor. So the next thing I want to talk about is making a fun 5-minute video about why you choose Scentsy and post it on Facebook, either your personal page or your business page. So this is really powerful, doing a video talking about why you joined Scentsy. People are more likely to watch a video than they are to read something that would take them 5 minutes to read. But if it's a 3-minute video, they'll sit there and watch it. And they're seeing your emotion, they're seeing your face. Don't be afraid to post pictures of yourself, and don't be afraid to post videos on your page, because people know what you look like anyway. That was something that Christina Sainbrook said that really stuck with me. Like, they're your friends, they know what you look like, so don't be afraid to do that and put yourself out there like that. It really does spark interest, and they're more likely to see that. So just doing a 5-minute video talking about why you joined Scentsy and kind of what you've gotten out of it, whether it be friends, financial, working on different things like anxiety and goals, different, whatever your why is, whatever you're getting out of your business, and just post a video. So number 3 is using hashtags. Hashtags are awesome. Hashtags, this is something I never did before. I was like, hashtags, what?
Me either.
No, I'm 30 years old. I'm not going to use hashtags. But I realized how hashtags work. And if you don't know, when you say hashtag Scentsy and someone clicks on hashtag Scentsy, they're going to pull up what everyone else's public feed that has hashtag Scentsy in it. So if you hashtag Scentsy, most of the time people looking at that hashtag are Scentsy consultants. If you hashtag my kids rock or hashtag the struggle is real, people are going to, they click on that, then they're going to find other people who have posted that hashtag, and they may think your post is interesting, click on your page, and that's how you can spark interest with people who you've never met. So that's why hashtags are super important. Okay, so another thing that you can use to spark interest is doing a flipagram app and making little videos with pictures. So if you go to leadership, if you go to World Tour, even hosting or having your launch party, and you make a little video with the photos and you can set music to it, and it's something neat, it's different, people will watch it, and it can kind of spark their interest in what you're doing. It's just something different, really. And then another good way to increase your network is to find and attend a networking social or gathering. So doing things like joining the chamber and going to meetings, any kind of social gathering, even if it's like, a neighborhood barbecue, getting yourself out there.
There's even a group that I've recently, like over the last couple of years since I've been with Scentsy, heard of, and that's MOPS. Do you have MOPS where you live?
We do, yeah. So yeah, MOPS is like the moms of preschoolers. Mm-hmm. So basically they get together once a week, and it's like a group of women. I think most of them are probably stay-at-home moms, because I think it's on a Tuesday at like 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. here. But they hold events too. So recently our MOPS held like a ladies' night out, and they had booths and stuff like that. I tried to get a booth there, but one of the moms is a Scentsy consultant, so of course she got it right away. So if you can join a group like that, then you have first dibs on any events like that. Plus you're networking, you're finding other people that might be interested in the opportunity, and other people that might, obviously, sales, host parties and stuff.
Yeah, there's so many groups. I think we are really closed-minded when we think about what kind of group opportunities there are. I mean, think about your hobbies. What do you like to do? Even a networking activity is even something like going to the park, taking your kids to the park. I know for most people it's snowing out right now and they can't, but when that season is over and you can be outside, doing things like going to community pools or parks, like here we've got those really cool bounce, whatever they're called, like the Sky Zone, like the jump places. There's so many things that you can do that are networking activities, even if it's not like a structured networking activity.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, just getting out there. The more people you talk to, and find a way to mention your business or have them ask you about your business, then that just increases opportunities. Okay, so finding local groups or Facebook focus groups with your common interests. So one of the things that I've done, and we kind of had an activity last year.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Is join. My husband's a firefighter, so I've joined several groups of firefighter wives. So first of all, it's awesome to get to network with them and hear their struggles. My husband works 72-hour shifts, so a lot of the women in these groups have husbands or fiancés that work away from home and work long shifts. And another thing is being there to support them, because firefighters do see things that's hard to deal with. So I've joined different Facebook groups of firefighter wives. Now, I'm not posting in that group about my business, but what I am doing is communicating with them and getting to know them through that page. So if I comment on someone's post, if they're having a bad day and they decide to friend request me, when they do that, they are going to see my business once they are friends with me on Facebook. So I've gotten hosts and potential recruits out of these groups that I'm actually getting something out of anyway. So if you can think of something that is an interest of yours, if you have a dachshund or different animals, you can find groups that have other dachshund owners, like I have German Shepherds, other German Shepherds or whatever. You love to go trail riding dirt bikes, you can find other people who like to do that.
Even people who like love certain cars, like if you're like a big fan of Corvettes, you can join, like, I'm sure there's a million Facebook pages for Corvette fans.
Yeah, exactly. And if you just search these out, I'm in one group. My daughter has a condition that's a chromosome condition, and it's really rare. There's only like 500 cases in the whole world. And I found a Facebook support group of like 100 different people in it, and they're either parents or they're affected by it. So I have people in that group from New Zealand. I have people in that group from Australia, and I'm able to communicate with them. And we talk about our daughters and their condition. We're there to support each other, and we're also networking in that way. So having groups like that, it's not only good for you, especially if you relate to those people, but it also does help you network and share the opportunity. Maybe they're not interested in joining, but they know someone who is. So you never know what you can get out of creating those relationships. So if you're out running around, branding yourself is really important. I think we all love to wear cute little Scentsy shirts, and we have our Scentsy bags and all that good stuff. But also having the decal on your car, just little things like sharing Scentsy. Like I've been using I think they're like $2 from the Scentsy family store for my hosts. So when I give them their party order, they get a Scentsy bag, and they are carrying their stuff in that bag, and that I give them some cards and they can hand out my information. So branding yourself gets people, oh, are you a Scentsy consultant? They've been needing their Scentsy, or they lost their consultant. You never know what kind of people, or what is Scentsy? I keep hearing this thing. I don't even know what it is. You never know what kind of people you're going to run into if you share Scentsy by branding yourself. And there's a lot of different ways you can do that. Do you know of any other ways that I didn't mention?
Yeah, and the branding yourself, I think you nailed it, like talking about what types of things, the apparel, the handbags, things like that. Also buttons. Scentsy sells buttons. People have made buttons on their own. There's so many things that you can wear to brand yourself. And when you're branding yourself too, it's paying attention to remembering that you are branded. And so you are a representative of your own brand, which is you. Shelby Cummey, independent Scentsy director. She is her own brand, as I am and you are. So really paying attention to when you are branding yourself, making sure that you are on and you are prepared with your samples and your information ready to look professional and in not just the branding, but it's the preparation and being prepared to have those conversations that branding yourself can create.
Yeah, exactly. When someone sees a person who is put together, they're prepared, they're professional. I mean, it's like, I don't know, when I see someone like that, I want to know more. I want to know what they're doing. If, they're handing me a crumpled Scentsy card at the bottom of their diaper bag, it's better than nothing. But if you can be prepared and have that stuff ready to go and ready to to share the product with them, have a wax sample. They're not expensive and they are easy. There's some easy ways to make samples. So worth it to have them on hand.
Now we can even buy them like you showed earlier. I'm so obsessed with just buying my samples and not having to take the time to invest in making them, because I mean, let's be honest, making samples is important for our business, but the physical process of making the samples is not where our income is found. Our income is found from giving them out and doing the follow-up, getting the contact information so we can do the follow-up. And I find so many consultants spend way more time making the samples and investing all this time and money into making them look pretty and look fancy, and you're completely off balance with where you should be investing your time. If you're investing your time in making the samples amazing, and you're not investing any time, you're investing your time in making your samples amazing, and you're not investing any time in actually giving them out, you're wasting so much time and energy. But yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think too, like you said as well, with the car and everything, have you done this before where you like stick product lists or business cards under your windshield wiper when you go in the store? Or like, do you have one of those things that you can stick to your windshield that says like, take one? Do you have anything like that? Or have you ever done the first thing I talked about?
No, but that's really smart.
I always, when I go into, say I'm at the mall or at Target or whatever, and I've got the car vinyl on the back of my car, I always try to back in so everybody will see, or, I always try to position my car to where people will see the vinyl. And then I put, as long as it's not raining, I put product lists inside, like underneath the wiper, the back wiper blade, so that if they do want to just take one, they can take one.
Oh, that's awesome. That's super smart. Another thing with samples, if you don't have time to make samples, you just make it a family activity. That's what I do. My kids love to make samples. They get all upset if I make them without them.
So cute.
Samples without me. So for samples in this house, it's not my job. My daughter does a great job, and she's 10. I can show you these. She made these. So it's just got my business card.
She did a great job.
So all we do is I just use whatever scent of the month stickers I have. That's the wax sample that we do. That saved us a lot of time and money on labels. So if you want to put a little, warm me, heat me, please don't eat me on there, you can. But yeah, it's totally her job, and I make it a family affair. Even my husband will help put them in the little baggies, and it's fun, and you can do it with your team too. So if you have a team gathering and you decide to just make like a ton of samples that will last you a couple months, it's something you can do, and you can talk and have fun while you're doing it. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it if you don't have time to make them. All right. So talking to people, we kind of talked about this a little bit with branding. So if you're in line at the grocery store, it can be really easy to get sucked into your phone and you're scrolling Facebook, but are you looking around? Are you talking to people in front of you? Are you asking questions? Are you smiling? Someone could be standing there that's, your next recruit, and you wouldn't have known it because you're too sucked into your phone. So put that phone away and get out there and talk to people, smile, introduce yourself. Comment on like the compliments, comment on something. Oh, your baby's so cute. Oh my gosh, where'd you get those shoes? Something like that. It'll lead into conversation, and get them to ask you about your business. If your goal every time you're in the line at the grocery store is to get someone to ask you about your business, you're going to be really, talking to people a lot more than you normally would, pushing yourself outside that comfort zone. And the more you do it, the more you get used to it, and it just gets easier and it's natural. But it's a challenge, and it's a good thing to do. If they ask you about your business, there's no pressure there. There's no awkwardness like, oh, she's selling me something. No, she asked you. So you can share your business with her. Share why you love your business. So that's really good. Just put the phone away. So another thing you can do is hold your team meeting in a public place. So if you have a table of girls or, and guys at a pizza joint, and you're all having fun and chatting it up and talking about your businesses and sharing things, and you all are decked out in your Scentsy gear, people are going to think like, what are they doing over there? That's interesting. Or what are they smelling? And it's a good way to get people intrigued, is holding it in a public place like that.
I just thought about?
What?
I literally just had this come to mind, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have done this in the past. Like, how cute would it be to, like, say you're at a, like you said, like at a pizza restaurant, how cute would it be to just, like the other day for World Tour, I bought some of the small poster boards that are neon and they're like about this big. How cute would it be to like bring one of those that says something like meeting in progress, like just something like that, like to draw more attention to that we're working right now. Look how much fun we're having while we work. Like just some cute little saying to put on there and like tape it on the end of the table. So like that helps draw attention to what we're doing. Like I just thought about that. I wish I would have done that in the past. I don't have to do that next time.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, work is so hard.
Yeah, right? My job sucks.
Yeah. So another thing I want to talk about is your list of 100. So when you get a new recruit, or when you were a new recruit, you want to create a list of 100 people that you know. So I like to categorize my people on my list as potential host, potential recruit, potential sale, say they're out of state and they would be great for online orders. So you can find your own system to do that, whether it be highlight them in different colors or things like that. But having that list of 100 really helps you when you get to that point where you're like, I have nothing on my calendar, I need to reach out, and you can kind of draw a blank. So if you have a hard time creating that list of 100, you can just look through your phone. Who do you have in your contact list? Look at your Facebook friends. Create that list, and if you haven't done it in a while, create a new list. Like I'm about due to create a new list. And I know a lot more people now than I did 9-10 months ago when I started Scentsy. A lot of my really good customers I didn't know before I started my business. So who do they know, and how can I reach out to them? There's a lot of different things you can do with your list, but just keeping that running list, keeping it somewhere handy, like with keeping it with your invoices or your binders or however you organize your business. It's just a good thing to reference and to keep up to date and go back to every few months, like maybe quarterly. Do you have anything to add for that?
Yeah. I mean, she definitely nailed it. Like when you're creating your list of 100 or updating your list of 100, we so often think way too small, and we don't think big enough to include literally everyone in our warm network. Our warm network is not our best friends and our current coworkers. That includes our spouses or our significant others' coworkers. That includes our past coworkers. That includes people we went to high school or college with or hair school like me with. It doesn't just include the people that are currently in your network right now. If you do that, you're really limiting yourself. And once you've really got your list created, you'll find that you know a lot more people than you thought you did by using Facebook, high school yearbooks, and then finding those people in your high school yearbook on Facebook, utilizing the contacts in your phone, showing it to your spouse or your significant other or your mom, who am I forgetting on this list? You'll realize you know a lot more people than you thought. And then, like Shelby said, analyzing them, looking for your opportunities. Who do I know that has connections that could help me get a fundraiser? Who do I know that is in a workplace with a lot of coworkers that maybe I could come in and do like a lunchtime party or have her take a basket party to the office? Looking for all of those opportunities. Who do I know that's a realtor so they can do closing gifts with me? These are all of the things that you've got to look for. And sometimes the people, the list of 100 can even consist of places too, like your dentist office, your OBGYN, your kids' general practice doctors, like all of those types of places can be on your list of 100 as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about some more things that you can do to grow your business.
Thank you so much for all the things you shared, Shelby. Appreciate it. I'm sure everyone has gotten some really good notes already.
I hope so.
Okay, so we just talked about list of 100. Okay, so now let's talk about trying to get referrals. Referrals are a huge way. I don't want to give away too much from my World Tour presentation, but referrals are really important because as consultants, truly the number one thing that we need to be focused on is increasing our contact base, right? The more contacts we have, the better our sales, the better our recruiting, the better our opportunity to get referrals, find events, find fundraisers. The more contacts we have, the better. So a lot of people get in this stagnant mindset where they think, oh, I'm just steady. My business is just steady. It's staying here. I'm just maintaining. And that's a false sense of reality. There is no stagnant. Your business is either growing or your business is shrinking. That's it. So making sure that you are constantly gaining new customers, having new customers flowing into, new contacts flowing into your life is important. And one of my favorite ways to do that is by getting a referral. A referral as business owners is the best thing that we can possibly get from our customers and our hosts. So one of my favorite ways to ask for referrals is, of course, using social media. So one thing that I like to do is take a photo of myself, so one from the past, or just take a new selfie, whatever you want to do, and take that photo that you have of yourself, by yourself, just you, or maybe you and your daughter or your son, maybe you and your family if you want to do that too. Of course, that would be wonderful as well. Take that photo and open it up in an app like WordSwag, A Beautiful Mess, Rana Designs, one of those apps that you can use that allows you to add text and little icons to your photos. That's what I use. Some of you might see me posting like shout outs when we get a new team member, and you see that there is text like today. For example, I'll show you. This beautiful gal just joined the team today. She was a hostess flip, right? So there she is. That's the photo I took of her, from her Facebook, and then that's what I did to it after I used Rana Designs on it. And so that's what I'm talking about. So take a photo of yourself, open it up in one of those apps, and add some text to it saying, "Am I your Scentsy consultant?" ? And then at the bottom of the photo or somewhere on the photo, add your URL or your PWS link. Upload that photo to your Facebook page and add the message, "Am I your Scentsy consultant?" If so, share this photo and add a sentence or two about why you choose to shop with me. Make sure you tag me in it so I see it. You'll be glad you did. Winky face. Because we can't say, "I'll send you a free scent circle if you do it." We can't say that, but that's what we can do. And we can say, "If you do it, you'll be glad you did." So that's what I love to do to get referrals. And it really does work. It has truly brought me customers and team members. I love that referral method. It's also about referrals. There's other things you can do, like you can create your own referral program and use something like Vistaprint or Overnight Prints to have some business cards or some business card magnets made with your referral program on it. Okay, so what do I have next? All right, so you know how many times a dentist office will do, like when I was little, my dentist always had like this little, it wasn't little, it was pretty big. It was like a treasure box. And if you didn't have a cavity, you got to get something out of the treasure box. I loved it. It was like my favorite part of being in the no cavity club, is getting to pick a prize out of the treasure box. So your dentist may or may not do this for your children. If he doesn't, give him the idea for it, or give her the idea for it. If he does, talk to him about the idea of bringing Scentsy buddies into this. So what if every single month, every kid who was in the no cavity club got their name into a drawing for a Scentsy buddy? You could offer him 10% off the Scentsy buddy, so he could get a special little discount. Or you could offer to let it accumulate hostess rewards and find a way to like work that out, or just sell him a bunch at once and give him all the hostess rewards to get more buddies. There's so many different ways that you could work that out. But offer this idea to him to help encourage kids to not want to, to have good checkups at the dentist office. So think about any of these type of opportunities that you have with any doctors or physicians that you know. Think of what could you offer them to get some business. And of course, these same doctors that you visit, these same offices that you visit, talk to them about doing gifts for their staff. Maybe they do birthday presents throughout the year for their staff. Maybe they do Christmas presents for their staff. Talk to them about utilizing Scentsy for those things. And always offer courtesy gift wrapping. When you're doing that one-on-one, you can offer courtesy gift wrapping. So always offer that to give yourself kind of the cutting edge. Holding open houses throughout the year. So hopefully, It's January, Bring Back My Bar month. Hopefully you had a Bring Back My Bar open house. A Bring Back My Bar open house is something that I do, obviously, twice a year because we have 2 seasons of Bring Back My Bar. And I hold an open house every catalog season change. So 4 times a year I do, and I encourage you to as well, 4 times a year I have my own open house. Why do I do this? Because it gives me the opportunity to be the host. It gives me the opportunity to entertain people in my home and just help them have the opportunity to get to know me better, my customers, my hosts. I invite every single customer and host that I've got in my workstation. And it's a great opportunity to share what's new with people. So I do things like special drawings, and usually I'll do for every $10 you spend, you get your name into a drawing, and I'll give away like a nightlight or something like that I have on hand. I always do special incentives as well to encourage them to come. So hold open houses with every seasonal change. Shelby, anything you want to add to what I've shared so far?
No, but I think I need to start having open houses, and I need to start thinking about mine for next catalog.
Yes. I love doing it. I mean, trust me, there's been times that I've done an open house and I have 2 people show.
Yeah.
Then there's times when I've had an open house and I sold 900 in PRV. So it really just depends. My fall open house, my last chance first glance open house that I do at the end of August is always the most successful. It just never fails. It's the fall. It's magical. Everyone loves fall, right?
Right.
Shelby just had her first fall. It's magical, right?
Oh, it was amazing. If every month could be like November, I would quit my job tomorrow.
I vote. I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what you can do too is have what I just suggested, which is a last chance first glance. And what that means is during transition month, you hold an open house called Last Chance First Glance, and you do it towards the end of the month, towards the end of the transition month, so towards the end of February or August, and you have in one area the retiring fragrances, and if you have some of the warmers that are retiring, put those on display too. And then you have in another area the new scents and returning scents for the new season, and some of those warmers that you got at World Tour or at Reunion. So you can take orders for the transition month that you'll enter before they're gone, hence the last chance. And then you can create orders for the new season, which is the first glance. So that's why I love a transition month, is because I can get 2 parties out of 1 open house when I do a last chance first glance.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, because you're starting out your new month with a big old order right on the first. So
yeah,
it makes for a good head start into the catalog.
And then I get to order stuff that I want on the first with no shipping.
Exactly.
I don't have to wait.
New stuff.
Nobody wants to wait, right? Nobody. Okay, so the next thing I have is hold a customer appreciation night. This is something that I try to do. I'm not gonna lie, I do it probably once a year, but I wish I did it more. Customer appreciation night. What does that mean? That means I do not try to sell them anything. All I do is I invite people here. I invite my hosts, my best customers, and I invite them here. I provide food, I provide wine, and we just literally hang out and have a good time. And I give every single one of them a coupon. So what I like to do is I like to do it in the summer, because the summer is our slow season. And the coupon, I always say that word wrong. Is it coupon or coupon?
I say coupon. Yeah.
Coupon. Okay. I don't know why I say coupon. It's so weird.
A lot of people say coupon.
My mom always tells me, you're saying it wrong. And then I always forget which is the right way or the wrong way. That's C word, okay? So I just give the coupon, whatever, to them for the new catalog season. And so that way they don't feel any pressure like I'm trying to get them to buy now. And what the coupon will usually be is something like a 50% off item, and then I'll just use a perpetual party reward. So say that they have to contact me to redeem it. So say they're like, oh my gosh, I just saw this new Goldsmith warmer. It's so cute. Can I use my 50% off item that you gave me on that? They have to contact me. Half of them don't even contact me to use it. Half of them forget it, lose it. But when they do contact me to use it, I'll say, okay, great. My next party I'm closing is next Tuesday. I'll order it on that. They don't know I'm using my perpetual party reward, so I'm getting it super cheap. But these are the kind of things that you can do when you treat your customers like they are special. I mean, they are special. When you make your customers know that they are special, when you do things that show that you're going the extra mile for them, it makes them want to stay loyal to you. And loyalty is really important, especially if you're in the military, or your spouse is in the military and you move frequently. Loyalty is not easy to find, but if you create a solid foundation of a relationship of know, like, and trust, like Shelby said earlier, you will find that your customers are going to be more likely to be loyal to you. Speaking of treating your customers and your hosts well, make sure that you're going the extra mile for your host. Like Shelby said earlier, Shelby gives her hostesses those nice bags from the Scentsy family store. I know exactly the ones you're talking about, the big ones that have all the bars on it. And then it says the 6-pack on the other side, because I use the same ones. I love those for for the hostess's rewards. So I'll give her a nice bag like that. I write a handwritten thank you note in her bag. She's the only one who gets a handwritten thank you note anymore from me, just because I've had to prioritize my time differently as things have changed in my business. But everyone else they get the postcards that have my pictures on it and stuff, and I just sign that by hand, but it's got a little message. So she gets a handwritten thank you note, and she also gets a coupon for, so my host gets a coupon to reward her for wanting to be a repeat host. So what hers is host a party with me again within the next 6 months. Now I say that because I know we're gonna have a new catalog season 6 months from then. That's a guarantee, because why? Our catalog changes every 6 months. So I know 6 months from her party, we're gonna have a new catalog coming out. So I put a coupon in there that says, host another party with me again within the next 6 months, and you'll get an extra $10 in free product credit. And then I just use the perpetual party reward to do that difference, or whatever. I always figure it out. I always do. So when you're generous and when you give, you will always figure it out. It's just period. You'll always figure it out. So that's something I do. And then every single month I can go on my workstation and look and search, okay, who hosted a party with me 5 months ago? So then I get on my texting, I get on my Facebook Messenger, I get on my phone, and I reach out to all of them and say, your coupon is getting ready to expire for that $10 in extra free product credit. Let's get your party booked. Half the time they don't even remember the coupon, but I'm going to remind them of it, and I'm going to get them to book. So making your customers, making your hosts feel appreciated is really important. All right, the next thing, always prepare yourself when you leave the house with samples. Shelby already covered this like really solid. It was awesome. So there's really not a whole lot left to say about this besides create a consistent pattern of this. I guarantee every consultant watching this video right now would raise their hand and agree that they go through seasons of giving out samples, including me. I've done it in 6 years of doing this. Yep, Shelby agrees too. In 6 years of doing this, there have been plenty of times where I go through a dry spell of sample making. It's 2016. Our business is slower. We've got the time to make the samples. Let's do it. And let's just prepare a ton of samples right now so that during busier season, we can pull from those samples that we've created now. And let's get in a consistent pattern of giving out samples. Like Shelby said, in our group, we live by the 50-10 rule. And what's important about the 50-10 rule is you're creating a routine. Every month, you have to make 50 samples and you have to give them out before the month is over. If you don't, someone gets hurt. I'm just kidding. I don't know. If you don't, bad things happen. Just kidding.
If you don't, you are going to Walmart at midnight and handing them out on the last day.
Yes. Oh, okay. So yes, 50-10 rule, 50 samples and 10 possibility packets every month. Have them ready. Make sure you get them out and get in a consistent pattern of doing this. We wouldn't tell you to do it. Home office wouldn't tell you to do it. If it didn't work, it works. So get out there, give them out, have those conversations, and be prepared. And make sure you bring your drawing slips, like Shelby said too. A lot of people are like, oh, how do you get someone's contact information? Isn't that so weird? What do you give them a sample and then you're just like, can I get your name, number, social security, and address? Like, it's not like that. Shelby, I'm gonna give an example, and then you give an example. All right, so let's say that I'm in the, let me think, when was the last time I gave a sample? I would say when I was in Starbucks earlier this week. So I'm in Starbucks earlier this week. I'm standing in line. There's a gal in front of me standing there. She looks like about my age. So, probably like 22, 23.
Right. Yeah.
She's standing there waiting to buy her Frappuccino or whatever. And I actually complimented her handbag and said it was really pretty. And she was like, thanks. Very much not interested in having a conversation with me. So I still gave her a sample. I still did it, even though she didn't seem interested in talking to me. That's okay. I still gave her a sample. I said, well, hey, it was nice to meet you. Here's a little sample of some Scentsy. And she's like, thanks. And that was it. So sometimes those situations happen. Other times you have more successful experiences. Shelby, share a successful sample sharing experience.
Oh, okay. I have a good one. So we went out to dinner over the summer and took all 4 kids, which is awesome and really fun to go to dinner. We went to a local steakhouse, and our kids were really good. Our waitress was awesome. The food was really good. I was just having a blast. I had my Scentsy bag hanging on the back of my chair. I had my order forms, everything in that bag. Our waitress was so nice and sweet and cute and bubbly, and I thought, actually, my husband said, you should talk to her about Scentsy.
I love it. Way to go, Casey.
Yeah, he's so supportive. And I was like, I planned on it. And so when we got up to pay, I left on the table a product sheet and my card with a wax sample. And I left it on there, and this particular place has like outside fire pits. So we left our table. I didn't say anything to her, but we left our table, and I went outside and kind of sat at the fire pit. And I watched her as she went to pick up our tip and everything, and she saw those sitting there, and she looked at it, and she looked around and looked for me. And when she spotted me, I waved, and she comes over and she's like, can I order this right now? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, let me finish bussing these tables and I'm going to come sit down with you. So I pull out the full catalog because I had just given her a product sheet. And she looked through everything. I didn't have any samples on me, so we just kind of talked about different scents that she liked and stuff like that. And she ordered from me right there. She ordered brush strokes and 3 bars. And when it came time to pick up her warmer, I was going to deliver it to her. And she's like, well, I'm out running around. Can I just stop by? So she stopped by my house. And I met her son, she met my kids, and we're friends on Facebook, and now she's a regular customer of mine. And she's a, potential recruit for me. So that was one time where it worked in my favor, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I love it. So Shelby and I are perfect examples. Like, you can give out 50 samples and have 30 great experiences or 30 horrible experiences. Like, it's not about each individual experience. And you've got to really make sure that you're not just letting yourself get discouraged by those no's, because the no's have to be there, because without the no's, you don't have the yeses. It's just like being afraid to ask and put yourself out there is shooting you in the foot. It's preventing you. It's putting a ceiling on your success because you're not willing to hear the no's. You're also not going to hear the yeses. So let's really make sure that in 2016, we are handing out our samples consistently. 50-10 rule every month. That's how we do, right? That's how we do. All right. So next, let's talk about local apartment complexes in your town and in your surrounding towns. I don't care where you live in the United States, there are apartment complexes everywhere. And apartment complexes have just like in neighborhoods where they're building homes, there is always a model home and there's always a model apartment. So go into your local apartment complexes, visit multiple ones, and come prepared. Bring a little warmer, bring a nightlight, whatever you've got to show, bring an element, and carry it in there. Make a little basket up, carry it in there with maybe some of your samples, a handful of a handful of testers, a room spray, like the odor out room spray would be a great option for them. And just show off what Scentsy is. Talk to them about it. Talk to them about how great this would be in the clubhouse or in their model home, or how much you'd love to be part of any event they do. A lot of apartment complexes will have like a family night, and they'll talk about safety, and fire departments will come. I have participated in these events in the past, so I know they exist. So go to these local apartment complexes, present Scentsy, and talk to them about what you can do for them. Okay. Host a Meet Your Neighbors party. I have lived here for 7 years in this same house, and I know that there are a ton of neighbors that I still don't even know after 7 years of living here. It's not that we're just hermits, it's just that people are busy. Like, I know these close surrounding neighbors, like here, there, and the one other 2 doors down, and that's really it. We have tons of other neighbors that I don't know at all. So one of my goals for 2016, something that I put in my I can bucket, is I can host a Meet Your Neighbors party. And when you have a Meet Your Neighbors party in your backyard, doing like a bonfire or a picnic, or in your home doing something a little more, sit down, whatever you want to do, don't make it about business, but have your business on display. Have your Scentsy warmers going. Have it be a great scent in your bathroom. Have the clean products out. Make sure that your home is staged and ready to show off what you do. So when you do have those conversations, what do you do? What do you do? Even if you have another job, don't talk about that. Talk about Scentsy. You've got to brand yourself. You've got to put that out there. So I would encourage you to host a Get to Know Your Neighbors party and get to know more of your neighbors and share with them what you do. Let's see. Develop a loaner program and loan out warmers that you have sitting around. When I first joined, I was big on loaning out my warmers. There were plenty of times when I had no warmers in my house because I didn't have the money to invest in buying warmers for loaner warmers. I had to use the warmers that I had. So I would literally take a warmer to a friend's house, take a warmer to an aunt's house, take a warmer to a local dentist's office or tanning salon or nail salon. I was loaning warmers everywhere because we know that our products are awesome. We know that if they can smell it, we can sell it. So we have got to come up with some type of a loaner program. Borrow bags, Scentsy calls them often. Market it on Facebook. There's so many images floating around. Have you never tried Scentsy? Borrow my bag, baby. That's one I've seen. Like, there's so many borrow bag images. You could even create your own using one of those apps that I talked about earlier and start marketing this loaner program. And when you loan someone a warmer, you've got to make sure that you really get their contact information and that you agree on the time they get the loaner warmer and the bars and the time they're returning it. And when you do loan them,
Another thing with the loaner program for warmers and wax is that one thing I've done in the past is my laundry products. Mm-hmm. So I've done a little 31 bag, like, let's see if I can find one. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Just like one of these little guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, these are my testers, but just put in here a laundry liquid, dryer disc, washer whiffs, or clothing conditioner if you want to. But basically our 3-step system, and let someone borrow it for 3 days and wash their laundry with it. And do a strong fragrance, or say that they love coconut lemongrass wax, do coconut lemongrass laundry, mm-hmm. or something like that. Let them borrow it for 3 days, and then you have to meet back up with them to get your laundry stuff back. And, about 50-50 chance at least, if not more, that you're going to get an order for laundry products. And if they don't really care for the laundry products, they'll probably place an order for wax or something like that because they appreciate you letting them use your product.
Absolutely. And a lot of times people will have, I'm glad you brought up the laundry thing. I have never done that, and I really need to, because so often people will say, well, I want to try it, but my husband's really sensitive, or my daughter's really sensitive to fragrance. So oftentimes people are really intrigued by our laundry products, but they're fearful to purchase them. So those are the perfect people. When you hear that, those are the perfect people to suggest just trying it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. And like Shelby said, the likelihood of them actually purchasing is really high. I would say realistically, 90% of the people that I loan warmers to purchase. I mean, they cannot not want it after they've had it in their house. I mean, look how beautiful they are. They can't. They just can't. Okay, so the next one I talk about is booking blitzes. We just did a booking blitz, and I don't know, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And it was a huge success. I mean, we booked a ton of parties. So even if you are a team of 2, you and one other person, you are a team leader. You are a leader. So get together with them and do a booking blitz. Try to do that at least once a quarter. So at least 4 times a year, do a booking blitz. It's a great way to fill your calendar. Even if you're a team of 1, it's just you. Do a booking blitz on your own. The people you're texting, calling, messaging, they don't have to know that it's just you doing it. Tell them, hey, my director's challenged me to book as many parties as I can in these next 10 minutes. Can you help me out? I would love your support. Just do it. Booking blitz, great way to kick off the new year. Any booking blitz tips, Shelby?
No, I participated in the one that you shared, and I only had a chance to contact about 26 people, but I think I booked 6 parties, and I got a couple orders too. Come here.
Yeah, during that blitz, we even had people get new recruits.
Yes, it was amazing, and it was so cool because you shared it with everyone, not just our team, not just your team. So just imagine what that did for people's businesses, like during a month that's supposed to be slow. It was awesome.
Yeah, I hope it really helped a lot of people. January is a tough month. January and I aren't friends, right? We're not friends, right, Shelby?
Avery,
hi, Avery. Everybody say hi, Avery, on the internet. Okay, so the next thing is look up local charities and offer fundraisers. So something that I consistently post on social media too is, if you had an extra $500, what local charity would you donate it to? That's a great way to get ideas of who to contact for fundraisers. So get on the internet, start searching, use your contacts on social media to try to find some fundraiser leads. So the next one, speaking of fundraisers still, is contact local schools, gymnastics studios, dance studios, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, city athletics. There are so many opportunities to get fundraisers. They are everywhere. And just like recruiting, just like parties, fundraisers, it's the same thing. You can't just pursue fundraisers 1 month out of the year because you think, oh, it's August, kids are getting ready to go back to school, I should probably try to line up some fundraisers. You're not going to. It's the consistency in your actions of pursuing these things is when you're going to find the results. It's not just, oh, it's an incentive trip season, I'm going to try to get some recruits now. Like, you need to consistently be planting seeds all throughout the year. Doesn't mean that it takes tons of effort and tons of time and you're killing yourself all year, but what it does mean is that every party you have throughout the year, you offer flipping. You consistently post about it on social media. You consistently give out your possibility packets. It's really that easy. And it's the same thing for fundraising, just consistently putting it out there all year long, not just during fundraiser season. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more tips, and then we're wrapping it up. I love this one. It's really simple, but I think most of us probably don't consistently do it. Every time you're having lunch, every time you're having dinner out, I want you to commit to bringing your mini testers with you. I mean, of course, unless all of them are out with hostesses, and then maybe just bring some of your large party testers or something, just work it out. But bring your mini testers to lunches and dinners with you and just put some of them out on the table. Even if you're just at dinner with your mom and you know your mom just ordered Scentsy, she's not interested in getting any more, just still have them out on the table. And, just smell them as you're talking and whatever. I guarantee that your waiter or waitress is going to ask you about it. It is a great conversation starter. I even had people at tables near me come over to me and ask me about it. Everybody thinks they're like little lip glosses or something, and I'm selling Mary Kay, and I'm like, no, it's Scentsy. It's so much cooler than that. You see, Avery agrees with me.
Yeah.
So take your mini testers out with you. It's a great conversation starter. Even if you have them in line and you're standing there and you are waiting at Target to check out and you've got apple s'mores in one hand and vanilla bean buttercream in the other, say, you know what, I'm sitting here, I'm trying to figure out which one is more popular between these two. Which one do you like better? And ask the lady in front of you in line to smell them. I mean, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? What is she going to punch you in the throat? No, she's just going to either smell them and give her opinion or be like, I'm allergic. I mean, really, those are like your only two options of what could happen. So nothing is going to be harmful to you. Just get out there and try it and use your testers as conversation starters. Find every opportunity that you can to do that. All right. Facebook message old friends to catch up. This is one of my favorite things to do. Every single month, I commit to at least 5 people from my Facebook friends list. I scroll through my friends list and I look for 5 people that I haven't talked to in a while. And I send them a message purely for catching up's sake. Hey, how are you? How are the kids? How's Arizona? Whatever. I just make conversation with these people. You know, looks like your job's going well, or, you know, whatever. I find things to talk to them about. When they respond, if I have asked them questions about themselves, it's a guarantee that they're going to ask me questions about myself. And now, after 6 years of consistency in this business, I don't usually have to bring it up. They usually bring it up. Oh, I see, Sensi, looks like it's going really well for you, blah, blah, blah. Opening the door for that conversation. Now, most of these people on my friends list don't live right here near me, because most people I don't talk to anymore frequently don't live in my area, right? So it's a great opportunity for me to open the door and say, since they brought up Sensi anyway, yeah, Sensi's going great. I'm really working hard on building and sharing this great opportunity. Speaking of which, I would love to expand in your area. I don't have many team members in, you know, Colorado or whatever. Do you know anybody who's looking for extra income but wants to work from home? It very likely could be them that they say, yeah, me, or, you know, or they could say, no, I don't. But then they think of someone later. You know, it could or it could not. But you never know if it could if you don't ask. So just ask. Have those conversations. Make sure every month you're reaching out, trying to have conversations and catch up with people. Attend local community events and brand yourself. Hand out info and samples while walking around. Have you ever tried to get into an event and they tell you, no, your products aren't homemade, you can't be here? I hate that. I hate that, right? So what I've done is I still go to the event. Maybe it's an art festival or something, and you've got to have handmade stuff. I go to the event, I brand myself, and I walk around with a little basket of Sensi samples, like washer whiffs or wax or whatever, and I give them out to people. I might not be able to be there as a vendor, but I'll walk around and I'll give stuff out to people. Can't stop me.
That's genius.
So, yeah. And I don't have to pay to be there, right? And make sure you have some product lists or whatever in case somebody wants one, give it to them. So hand out samples, walk around. And even better is if you do it with your team. So then there's like a whole bunch of you taking on the crowd. You know, if it's a big event, there could be 5, 10 of you walking around doing the exact same thing. So think about that opportunity too. Maybe there's an event you can't get into, do that. Now, I'm not saying, let me reiterate this, not that any of you would do this, but I'm not saying you couldn't get in because there's another Sensi consultant there. I'm saying events where Sensi is not allowed. Okay, so the very last tip, I think we talked about this earlier. We've talked about so many things. Did we talk about, I think, we talked about this during the list of 100. So it's kind of like a repeat tip, but I'm going to give it anyway, which is working with local real estate offices and also working with in your towns, in your neighboring towns, when there's a new community being built and there's a model home. So going to realtors, going to people working in model homes who are selling, you know, like a floor plan, selling someone else to build their home in the community, go to these places and talk to them about using closing gifts. So I'm not going to lie, it's a great way to recruit people. Once you get them on board and they're using you for closing gifts, I think I have one realtor left who is just using me for closing gifts and hasn't joined. Most of the realtors that use me for closing gifts end up joining. it just makes way more sense. So it's a good way to kind of get them on the hook, get them to start giving the product. And then they see, wow, I would make money for giving this. And then I make money on the follow-up. It just makes sense. So visit local real estate offices, get on the computer, figure out what real estate offices are in your town, get on the computer, figure out in your neighboring communities, what real estate offices, and also as you drive around, pay attention to what you see. Do you see a community that clearly has a model home in it? Like, go to these places and put your name out there and offer closing gifts as an opportunity. So between Shelby and I, we have given you tons of tips. First, we started with our mindset, turning off that I can't, letting go of the I can't, and embracing the I can. And now we have given you 25 tips to help you embrace your business, grab your business by the horns in this new year and make it a success. So I know I speak for Shelby and I both when we say that's all we could wish for you guys. Shelby, is there anything that you want to add? Kind of go back over anything that we talked about or anything else that you want to add before we wrap things up?
No, I don't think so. I think that messaging the old friends and getting back in touch with the old friends, I really like that. And that's something I've written down and set a goal for myself to do. And so it's kind of cool that I've watched every single one of your trainings since I joined. I participate every single Tuesday from home office and now the director call on Mondays, and I'm still able to learn something. And so that's why it's really great to just keep learning and keep just, one of my personal goals is to watch a training video every day. It could be 3 minutes long, but I make sure that I get that training video in from home office or YouTube or, from the training center. And those really have helped me with my knowledge. And when people know that you're knowledgeable on something, they want to use you. They're loyal to you. Sorry.
No, it's fine. And you're absolutely right. I think so many people think that after a certain point, they can really just stop learning and stop filling their cup. And that's just not true. We can never stop learning. If we stop learning, we will start shrinking.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that I would add is just keep expanding your knowledge. Keep, read the facts on the resource tab. Just keep every day, check the news on your workstation, check the resource tab. And, there's one thing that I've, learned from this training is that, you're never going to know everything. You're never going to, be an expert in your business. Everything changes. 5 years ago, Scentsy was totally different, and the way you marketed Scentsy was totally different than it is today with social media. So just keep growing and set those goals for yourself, along with your 50-10 rule. If you want to try and watch more training videos and things like that, reach out to your sponsor, ask other people for suggestions in your team Facebook pages. What videos have you found that have benefited you the most, or something like that, just to get more ideas on how to expand your knowledge.
Absolutely. And reading books. Oh my gosh, there's so many great books out there. Right now in our book club, Shelby and I and a lot of people from the team are reading, it's a book by Jen Sincero, and it's more about personal growth and development. And it's amazing. We never need to stop. We never should stop personally developing and learning, and also from the business aspect. So I'm super thankful, Shelby, that you joined me tonight. I really enjoyed tag teaming this training and doing this together.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was fun.
I appreciate all the value that you provided. Bye. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.